Hello friends, and welcome to this special yoga class where we're going to get a nice stretch through the entire body, but with a special focus on the shoulders and really the entire upper body. So let's start standing with the feet maybe just a tiny bit further apart than your hips. You can roll the shoulders back, standing up nice and tall. Open the arms out towards the shape of a capital T, and then let's reach those left fingertips over towards the wall on your left. Really reach. And then coming back through center and over towards the right, you can turn your head to look at those fingertips. And back to center. Let's do one more towards each side, reaching for the left. We're almost there. Can you touch that wall? Coming back through center, over towards the right. Get a little bit closer, and then back through center. And let's reach towards the left, and this time circle the right arm up and overhead, and let that arm carry you down into a forward fold over your left leg. Bend generously into the knees, let the upper body be very heavy here. And rock your upper body towards center. Very slowly we'll start to roll up with a generous bend in the knees. Press down through all four corners of the feet. Squeeze through the glutes as you round up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling the shoulders back when you arrive and letting the head be the last thing that lifts. And let's reach for the wall on our right. Wiggle those fingertips. Circle that left arm up and overhead. Let it carry you over that right leg into a forward fold. Holding here for one breath in. And exhaling our way back towards center once again, generously bending the knees, pressing the feet down as we start to lift, to unroll through the lower back, through the mid back, and finally through the upper back, shoulders, neck, top of the head reaching tall. And let's come to stand, maybe with the feet a little bit closer together, so roughly underneath our hips. Let's inhale both arms up towards the sky, leave the right arm where it is, and circle just the left arm forwards. Big circle here. Very nice. Let's do that again, left arm forwards. This time we'll add in the right arm going backwards. A little exercise for the brain while we're at it. And then release the arms, maybe give them a little bit of a shake, and we'll try the second side. So inhale the arms up, overhead, left arm stays where it is, right arm circles forwards all the way, and then continues to circle forwards as the left arm goes back. You can do it. It's a little confusing for the brain at first, so let it go, and we'll give ourselves one more chance. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale both arms up towards the sky, and this time let's try it 3 times. One arm forwards and one arm back. For 1, for 2, and for 3, and going back the other way. For 1, don't overthink it, 2, and 3. Really nice. Release the arms alongside, maybe just twist it out a little bit, left and right. Give yourself a little bit of space mentally and physically after that little challenge there, and then we'll widen the feet. And turn the toes outward slightly as we bend into the knees with one hand to each thigh, swaying a little bit from side to side here just to find the pose. And then releasing the sway to dip your right shoulder down towards the mat, twisting, looking over your left shoulder. And back through center, dipping the left, looking over the right. Very nice. Coming back to center, squeeze the glutes to straighten through the legs, come to standing, maybe clasp your hands in front of your chest, and 3 more times. Let's lower and squeeze the glutes to lift. 2 more, lower and lift. Just 1 more, lower and lift. Beautifully done. Let's toe ball heel the feet back towards one another, coming to stand towards the front of your mat. Roll the shoulders back and simply allow the chin to drop towards the chest as we start to roll our way towards the mat, kind of the reverse of what we did a moment ago. 1 vertebrae at a time, bending into the knees, so that eventually the fingertips might come to graze the mat. And we'll come towards all fours, so lowering one knee at a time, making your way towards the center of your mat. Hips are over our knees, shoulders are over either the wrists. You can be on palms, or you could be up on fists, especially if your wrists are a little bit sensitive. And let's go for just 2 cat-cows here. Inhaling to arc through the spine, raising tailbone and crown of the head, and exhaling to arch. And one more, inhaling, and exhaling, round it all. Push the mat away. Beautiful. Coming back to a more traditional all fours, we're coming towards puppy pose, so just starting to walk the hands out in front of you. The forehead can hover, or maybe it rests down on the mat. Looking for a big stretch in the shoulders here. Send the tailbone up towards the sky. Let the chest be heavy. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it out. One more breath here. Start to walk your hands back, coming towards all fours, but just briefly, we'll come to a different variation of puppy pose now. So turn your left hand so that it's to the side of the little finger, resting towards the mat, and then send that little finger off towards the upper right corner of the mat. So coming into a diagonal puppy pose here. And the fingertips of the right side can just be behind you for a little bit of support. Again, you could place the forehead down, maybe the side of the head, or just let it hover, trying to create as much distance as possible between those left fingertips and the left hip. So send it back behind you here. One more breath. Press down into the right hand. Lift yourself back up through all fours. And second side, let's turn the right hand onto the little finger side, sending it off the upper left corner of our mat as we come into that diagonal puppy pose. Maybe a bit of a different sensation on the second side. Again, finding space between the fingers and that right hip. Last breath. Press into the palm of the left hand. Lift yourself up. Give yourself a little bit of a shake, perhaps, in all fours, just to let everything go. And then let's tuck the toes of both feet to sit back towards our heels. And back up your left hand slightly. So palm of the left hand is on the mat, but just slightly in front of your left knee as we reach the right hand up towards the sky into a big twist. And take a circle or two with that wrist. And back the other way. And we'll switch sides. This is all just to distract us from the stretch in our feet. So plant your right hand in front of your right knee. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. Find your twist and find your little circles with that top wrist. Switching directions. And release, bringing both feet back to the mat. Give them that little shake. Might even feel nice to take a circle or two with the ankles. Just to let that go. And let's bring the legs out in front of us. Come to take a seat. We'll lengthen through the left leg. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh and turn your chest to face roughly at a diagonal. So kind of halfway between the extended leg and the bent knee. And you can sit up very nice and tall here. Inhale to find length. Exhale, maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to lean the upper body forwards any amount. The fingertips can stay behind us or come in front. Just looking for a gentle stretch, perhaps in the lower back, perhaps in the inner thighs. We might all feel this somewhere a little bit different here. And let's straighten ourselves up. Leave the legs as they are. Come to rest down on the right forearm behind you and circle the left shoulder, circle the elbow, should I say, back a few times. So of course it's the shoulder doing the work, but we're focusing on how far we can get the elbow to circle around. And finish up your last circle before coming back to a tall seat. We'll switch sides with the legs, lengthening through the right, bending through the left. Again, finding that rough diagonal with the chest. Fingertips supporting us behind you, inhaling here. Exhaling, finding whatever your version of a forward fold looks like. And the hands are just there to help us out, in front or behind the body. Finding just one more smooth breath here, in and out. Straighten up through the spine. Keep the legs where they are, coming to rest down onto your left forearm, and remember that the right elbow is the one that's going to move the most. As we circle it backwards a few times, finding range in that right shoulder. Final circle here. And press your way back up to seated. And let's roll ourselves down onto our back. Take your time getting here. You can plant through both feet. And bring the arms to interlace them behind the head. This might already be a nice gentle stretch in the shoulders here. And if you'd like to add on, you can press those hands against the mat as you lift the head off of the hands and then rest it back down. Just 3 more times, almost as if you were trying to poke a hole in the ceiling with your nose. 2 more. Last one. Really nice. Let's free up those arms. You can simply bring them alongside the body to start out. Let's turn the head towards the right, resting down on the right ear. Just a simple stretch here. And then pick up the head slightly to turn it over on towards the left ear this time. Looking the other way. And we'll do that again. So turning the head over towards the right, and this time taking the left hand and using this as an opportunity to massage into the left side of the neck. So you can go down the side of the neck or the front and back. You can get into the shoulder a little bit. Noticing wherever you might find some amount of tension, oftentimes a little bit surprising how much we can find. One more big breath here. And release. You can let the left arm fall back towards the side. Pick up your head, place it over towards the left, resting down on the left ear. Notice how that feels, and then take the fingers of your right hand and start to massage. So again, might get into the side of the neck. You could get into the jaw area a little bit. Oftentimes these really simple static stretches like this one can be a good opportunity to add in a little bit of massage. Just noticing how things are doing. Relax through the face. Relax through the shoulders. Thank yourself for taking the time to roll out the mat today, to show up. Final breath. And let's release. You can bring the head back towards center. And let's open the arms out into a big V shape, so big diagonals, resting the back of both hands up overhead. And this might be a great stretch right here. You could absolutely stay as you are. Or if you'd like to experiment, you could turn that V into a W shape by bending through the elbows, sliding the elbows a little bit closer towards the ribs, keeping the back of the hands to the floor. So whichever variation you've chosen, we'll be here for a few breaths. You can keep the feet planted. Another option would be to bring the soles of the feet together into a butterfly shape with the knees out wide. Close the eyes. Focus in on your breath, the inhales and exhales. Calming the body, soothing the nervous system. An opportunity here to simply rest. Let's stay here for about 3 more deep breaths in our own time. And then slide the arms back down alongside the body so that the hands can simply help the knees back towards one another. And then rolling ourselves over to one side so that we can lift our way up to a comfortable seat, any seat you'd like. To roll the shoulders back and inhale the arms up overhead, touch the palms together. Exhale, bring those palms in front of your heart with gratitude towards yourself. And I thank you as well so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful day. And of course, if you'd like to work a little bit more on the upper body, I do also have a free 3-day challenge. I will leave the link on screen, or you can also just click right here. I would love to see you there.